I'm so excited to share these 3 tips to be more productive because they've really helped me over the past few years to not only stay productive, but also to help keep me sane in this crazy, chaotic world where we have so many more things to do every day. There's so much stuff that kind of pulls at our attention. So it's important for us to not only stay productive, but hey, remain calm and cool as we do it. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. Number 1, plan each day the night before. We've got to get a little strategic when it comes to our days because, we probably all have way too much on our to-do list. We kind of know we have too much on our to-do list, yet we still keep filling it thinking, hey, no, I'm going to get it done. This is the day that I'm going to get it all done. Doesn't usually happen. And so what normally happens is we feel bad about it. We feel bad that we didn't get everything done on our list. So I like to ask myself, what does a winning day look like? How am I going to feel at the end of that day? So to me, that's asking the question of what are the 1 to 3 things that if I got done, I would feel satisfied. I know I could come home feeling like I did a great job and I got the work done that I needed to get done that day. So think about those 1 to 3 things that if you got done, it would be amazing. You'd feel really good. And then the rest of that stuff is kind of icing on the cake. It's setting you up for success for the next day. It's also important to prep your day. We don't want to have to worry about things when we wake up. We want to have everything kind of set for us. So, for example, I wake up in the morning, I go to the gym super early, so I'm up at 5. I have my clothes laid out, my workout clothes. I also have my clothes laid out, what I'm going to wear that day. I do not want to have to think about what I'm going to put on that day, that morning. Otherwise, I know I will spend way too much time looking at my closet, probably end up having to iron something, and then my whole morning gets away from me. So I plan that out the night before. Also, if you know me at all, you know I'm huge into food prep. So I have lots of food in my fridge. I do a lot of food prep on Sundays. So I have things prepared so I can bring my lunch and snacks. And I don't have to worry about that. So I pack all that stuff the night before. So in the morning, I have everything ready to go. I can come home from the gym. I shower, I change, I have breakfast. I grab my lunch, my snacks, and I'm out the door. So the less we have to think about in the morning, the more productive we can be and really have an awesome day. I bet there are a few things that you could prep a little bit better. So think about what your morning looks like, what your calendar looks like. What are some things that you can prep, whether it's food or clothes or whatever the case, just setting up your to-do list a little differently. So what are some of those things? What is one thing that you can prep a little bit better so that when you wake up tomorrow morning, you feel good, you don't have to think about it, it's already done, and you're ready to go. Number 2, create before you consume. I love this one. I've talked about it before in videos, and it's probably because it's been a little bit challenging for me to do. I've gotten better over the past year, but if you're like me, you're a learner. You love to learn. And so what happened was I was finding myself in the morning, I would be heading to the gym at 5:15, and I'm already listening to an audiobook or a podcast and being bombarded by all these ideas. And I loved it. I love learning. I loved hearing all these great people talk about their strategies and what they're doing, but it would get me a little bit overwhelmed. I would sometimes start thinking about all those things that I wasn't doing in my business, or I would think, oh, they're at such a different place. They're so much more successful than me. Why didn't I think of that? Or I should be doing this, or I need to change my strategy. And it was just not productive at all. And it also kind of stifled my creativity. It didn't help in the morning when I knew I needed to do my creative work, so my writing and my strategic planning and everything like that. And so limiting that content is so helpful because it helps you stay focused on the work that you're doing, on those priorities. So just like we talked about, those 1 to 3 things that you know you need to get done, it helps you stay more focused. I read a really great book by Daniel Pink called When, and he talks all about how to time your day for peak performance, and he talks about how it's based on your chronotype. And so everyone's got different chronotypes. If you don't know what that is, check out his book. It actually is a really interesting read. But He does talk about the fact that most people are really fresh in the morning, and they should do their creative work in their morning, in the morning. So like I said, if you do any kind of writing, creative work, any kind of analytical thinking, strategy stuff, that's the stuff that you do in the morning. So before you start consuming all this content, create the content that you need to be creating. Do the work that you know you need to be doing. That's going to help you stay focused, gain more clarity around the things that you know you need to be doing, and overall be way more productive and get more done. And number 3, stop planning and going to meetings. So many meetings. Few things are more frustrating in an office than going to boring meetings and then leaving feeling like nothing got accomplished and that you totally know that your time would have been well spent somewhere else. So stop going to all these meetings and stop planning them. So when I was working with a friend of mine a couple years ago, I sent him an invite for a meeting, and he wrote me an email back and he said, "No agenda, no attenda." And I said, "What?" And he said, "I don't go to meetings unless there's an agenda." He just refused. And I thought that was so awesome, because the only time that he would go to a meeting is if there was an agenda. He knew what was expected of him in that meeting, what was the desired outcome of that meeting. And so not only was the meeting more productive that way, it also alleviated all these other meetings, because sometimes we would figure out this could be done on a 5-minute phone call. This could be taken care of on a couple emails back and forth. And it just helped us to be more productive. And also it really helped you rethink what meetings you really needed to schedule. So a lot less meetings were happening. And then the meetings that did take place, they were super productive, and people didn't mind going to the meetings. In fact, there were some people that really enjoyed the meetings because the agendas were fast and quick and fun, and we got a lot done and helped us stay focused and productive. I know there are lots of productivity tip videos. I hope that this one helped you. Again, these are things that I have worked on over the years that have really helped me stay productive, especially number 2. That one is just one of my favorites, especially in this social media crazy world where we can just get so stuck on consuming so much content. So I hope that you liked these tips. I hope that they helped you. Would love to hear from you. Which one is your favorite one? And what are some things that you're gonna do a little bit differently to help you be more productive in your day? I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like it and also comment below. I would love to hear from you. I also invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so you don't miss any of my videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.